Hey everybody, we are back. Even though it's only for a day, it is the best day because we are talking about Sense8, the Christmas special. Stay tuned after that opening.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh my God, this song fills me with so much joy.
Revitalizes.
Yes, after the long, I don't even know how many years. Or I mean, it's probably only been a year, but it feels like years.
It feels like it's been a really long time.
Yeah, I don't even know when the last time Sense8 was on, but hello, everyone. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. We are talking about the Sense8 Christmas special. Happy fucking New Year. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, it feels good to say it.
I like it.
I am your host, Alexis Torres. You can find me all over social media at atorres890. That's ATORRES890. And if you're back from last whatever many years, you pick a number. When we did the Sense8 season back in the time, you knew that we had two people, which was Cameron and Nicholas. They are not here today, but it doesn't matter because I have my other Sense8 sister up in here. This is Joelle Monique.
Hey guys, I'm Joelle Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joelle Monique and every week at blackgirlnerds.com.
And you've definitely seen us together because
Yes.
we've done Luke Cage together
And
we've done
Archer.
Archer together, and it's been a great ride. So
I'm enjoying it.
so excited that you're helping me through this giant kerfuffle of a show.
I was most excited when you were like, do you maybe want to do Sense8? And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the perfect show for us. Like lesbian love and
Yeah.
like super dramatic soap opera stars.
And orgies, birthday orgies.
And kung fu. Like it just, there's really no part of the show that I don't like.
No, like for real. Like
Every
this
part of
is,
it's
this is
perfect.
kind of like us in a nutshell.
Yes.
Besides us having orgies all the time.
Yeah, you know.
You never know. Christmas. Don't forget to
Hi, Mom.
check us out, right? Don't forget to check out iTunes. I know, again, like I said, it's been a while, but we're really happy to be back. But you can definitely still see the old episodes from season 1 with the old crew, and definitely put in some new ratings and new comments in there because we want to read them, especially Joelle and I, because we
Yes.
love this show a lot, and so we want to definitely know what you guys are
all
thinking.
of your fan theories,
Yeah.
of which I have so many new ones after this episode.
I know, and it's just one episode, and we have to wait till May.
Are you?
We'll get there. We'll get to our anger stuff and the thing, but we have 2 hours to cover in an hour, so let's do this because it's a lot. So,
Oh my gosh, wait a minute. I'm so sorry. We have people
Yeah,
in the
go,
chat.
go.
Pretty Duchess 17 says, watching while shopping with my mom in Walmart was pretty awkward, but I couldn't resist. I love your dedication to this show that you were like, I'm just going to walk around
No,
Walmart.
I
and
watched
watch
this
what's
at
going
work. I just had to keep covering my screen when there was stuff where I would just minimize it and I would just hear things, and I'm just like, I really hope IT is not like, let's see what's on Alexis's computer today.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that, everybody. Don't watch that.
It's
Don't
not
watch
worth
it at
it.
work. It's not. You can wait till you get home. I swear. It's
take
fine.
your time.
Now that Netflix, you can download original series. Just wait. Just wait till you get home or put it in your phone or your lunch break, something like that.
So fancy.
But I'm so glad to see everybody back in the chat. It's so nice because at one point when we did start doing the show, we didn't have the chat at that time. That's how long ago it was because we didn't have the live chat.
Yeah, I watched the first episode that you guys covered and had the old intro, and I was like, what am I even watching right now?
Like it's been that long, but it's so great to have you here, and it's just, and I promise that Nicholas is gonna come back. Cameron is not, but it doesn't matter because he still watches the show, so send him all the love on Twitter. And so many things. Okay, let's do this. I'm so excited. So you guys know the drill. We go by person. That's just the easiest way to do it because it's a lot of people, it's a lot of content all at once. Obviously, if we missed anything, that's what the chat's for, or if you watch it later, because it's late for some people, so just throw it in the comments down below later in the YouTube page, and then also hit that like, subscribe, all that great stuff.
You also hit us up at ABTV Sense8. The hashtag is available to you.
Guys,
iTunes, we'll be checking that to just hear your comments and things. So anyway, you want to talk to us, share with us, we're here. Our ears are open.
Send the gifts, pictures, all of it.
Yes.
We want to see everything because we love this show. I know you guys love this show, and I can't wait because I'm like, it's Sense8 time, and I want it. So it's, even though for us it's felt like a long time, for the Sense8, it's only been 4 months since the finale of season 1.
Not long at all.
No.
Not long, but a lot has changed.
Oh yeah, that's actually who I want to talk about first. Is the biggest change for us. Our Capheus. The cap?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Already
You got
messing
there.
up.
You got there.
We have a new Cap because I call him
Yes.
Cap, and he isn't that. I always have a hard time saying his name. Emil Amin.
Yeah.
It is actually Toby. I'm not going to pronounce.
Who also has a very challenging last name.
But it's fine because it's really. I love how they decided to introduce our new Cap, because the fact that they were just like, oh, you know, faces can change, but it's about the heart, and it was just kind of nice how they kind of did that. No, you didn't like it?
No, it took me right out. Well, because I mean, like as a fan, you know, I'm following along, and I know there's for those of you who don't know, there was a lot of behind the scenes drama. It's kind of alluded that Emil got into a fight with Lana Wachowski, which is foolish. She's the showrunner and the director, and she made The Matrix, so maybe just bow down.
She made The Matrix.
She did. So
no, I know she did. It's just funny to hear
it.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it got me thinking about some of the stuff we've seen in the past seasons, and it maybe like Emil wasn't really involved in a lot of the orgies, as we like to talk about.
Oh my God,
love scenes.
I didn't even think about that.
And Cephas is definitely involved this season.
Oh, he's in everything.
Hey, Toby.
All right. I was like, hello.
The one, I
off your shirt more.
We're about it. I had some mixed feelings about, because even the line of like, you look different, new barber, and I was like, y'all.
This man does not have any hair. Just stop it.
Come on.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was funny.
A cute little wink nudge.
Yeah, it was that wink nudge that I just was like, dee. And but at the same time, yeah, I was kind of like, wait, what's happening? And I had to like rewind. I was like, oh my God, but it's kind of a Wachowski thing to do. Like, let's be honest.
No, it's just a very Wachowski moment, and they kept their Wachowskiness to like the only Wachowski movie I don't like is Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
I tried a bunch of times.
Nope.
But I like that they didn't go too far into the like absurdity of it. They were like, here's just a couple wink nudges, and we'll move forward. So.
Oh my God, that movie is going to be the death of me. I remember paying for that, and I was like, this is the worst. Our
really
producer, who also saw it with me, was like, what did I just watch? But we're not gonna talk about that because it's Lana. But I loved that. Yeah, like I said, like I love how he was like, "Oh, you look different these days," and he's just like a new barbershop, and just the fact that they're fixing the Van Damme, and I love that because it was nice to see the old Van Damme with all of its bullet holes, and they're trying to fix it. And in my brain, I was going, man, do they actually know what they're doing? Or is it just like, we're kind of messing with it. We'll see what happens.
I feel like Gila knows what he's doing. He's like, look, I'm the mechanic. Because he even makes the offhanded comment to him later of like, and you're even a pretty good mechanic when I'm here to teach you. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he knows what he's doing at using bullets, but it's a lot of really old equipment.
Yeah,
and
it's an old bus.
I just don't think they can quite sell. I mean, obviously not now. It's burned down. It's done. Rest in peace to the original Van Damme.
I just love it because they're like, okay, this is our time. We fixed it. We're going to start it up. Oh, it's smoking. Oh God, it's on fire. Like abandoned ship. And just yeah, it was very interesting, but it was also nice because the fact that we have a new Cap, we should have a new van.
Yes.
That's how I felt
totally.
about it.
You know, that thought didn't even occur to me, but I like that idea of like, look, it's fresh now.
Yeah,
fresh.
like, guys, this is it. Like, obviously, this is not the same van. This is something completely different. And the fact that I love that they're using, like, the fact that Van Damme doesn't look the same, Obama doesn't look the same. Like, I liked the comparisons, even though they were pretty much pushing to the fact, because there were fans that were upset that we had to change.
He's such
makes sense.
I mean, I don't know anything about Emil, but like the way he portrayed Cephas in the show, like it's just so
really
adorable
good. I
and
loved
sweet.
It.
And I will say that initially
smile.
totally. And I was a little thrown off. I was like, I don't know about this nougat, but he won me over pretty quick. I was like, okay.
That cute little smile he did to Son. I love how he explains the sensate, how the fact that it's like a spirit who helps him through things when he's in trouble. And I love that his friend pretty much was okay with it. He was just like, okay, well, tell me about the spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, why you?
I like that for every person that one of the sensate like actually love when they explain it, it's like whole acceptance.
Yeah,
like,
it's not like, oh my God, you're crazy. They're kind of like, okay. But I like it. It's also in like different cultures as well. Just like the fact that they're in Nairobi and the fact that they're just like, okay, it's a spirit. Mm-hmm. There is something that is within you that is teaching you whatever. And then for Kala, the fact that it was just like, it's not a person, it's a feeling. Yeah. Like, you know, I just like that we can do that. And obviously Amanita, we don't even have to get into her. She's just a boss ass bitch.
Amanita is the fucking best.
Yeah. And we'll get to her. Yeah, Nomi is down at the bottom. We'll get there because we got a long list. But I love that during the birthdays, he got a new van, the whole family. Because in my brain I was going, wait. That van is expensive, and there's a TV screen in it.
As F.
How in the world? I mean, there was a lot of people at his birthday party, so fine, sure. But, like, how did they get the money to get a whole new van and a new paint job and a flat screen in this van? We get to see, I always forget this dude's name.
I was just trying to remember it.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Hard.
If you guys know, please put it in the chat because I don't remember.
The mafiosa dude.
Clarify it with me. Also, same one in the chat because it's been a while. I haven't watched the finale in quite some time. What exactly happened at the end? Because now obviously they're like chummy and everything's
he saved
cool.
his life. Do you remember his daughter got caught and then he was kind of kidnapped and taken back and was getting beat up?
Because I remember the daughter being kidnapped, but I couldn't remember how they were like, and we're chummy now.
Yeah, remember son comes into the warehouse and just kicks everyone's butt.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, and that's the whole like I'll always be grateful kind of part of that speech.
Because in my brain I was like, I thought it was that was the daughter being kidnapped and son was fighting just the kidnappers, not the. Yeah, I completely forgot about him.
Yeah.
Until he showed up and I was like, what?
Oh, hey. Yeah, no. And I love Son and Cap's relationship.
I want it so bad. That is the ship that I'm like, please?
I don't know if I want them to be together. I just
want
like
Blasian
their
babies. I want Blasian babies, guys.
I don't blame you because their children would obviously be adorable. But you're like, and look at me, for example.
Blasian. But continue.
But the way Cap will just speak for them, and she's just nodding along like, yes, this is the correct, I feel the same way. And the fact that she doesn't have to use her words because it's clear she's would rather show than tell. And that whole back and forth, I just thought it was the sweetest, most gentle thing ever.
Well, because even in season 1, when they had their discussions together, it didn't seem like there had to be a lot of detail. He just understood, which I like. That's why I like them together. Not necessarily. It's just me being selfish because I'm like Blasian babies, but like I love that their friendship is just enough for them to just be there, and the fact that like I said, the cute little moment of them smirking at each other because Son doesn't really smile very often, but when she does, it brightens up the room, which is funny because the actress herself smiles all the time.
She's so cute.
She's adorable. So I love that she gets to like scowl for a little bit for majority of this season. So that's great.
Definitely.
But then we also get, speaking more about Cap because we're just gonna put a cap. Oh God, terrible. On the end of his story, which pretty much was, we get our mafioso guy in the house because he's giving free healthcare to everybody in, I guess, that side of town.
They said in the area.
Okay, I was like, how big is this area?
It's undefined as of yet. Some people will be getting free healthcare.
Not everybody though. That sucks. But yeah, I was kind of with Cap on that, where I was kind of like, yeah. I mean, I'm glad I saved your life and you're real chummy and you got me a brand new van, but I don't know if you can change.
And see, I felt it was so much less about him changing and so much more about him hitting on his mom.
Oh, I totally thought that was gonna happen. You saw her giggling. Her hair is done up now. She's got pretty little dresses, and I'm like,
about it. And like, come on, this guy can take it. He's not like, the thing is, like, yes, he's a drug dealer, but he's he's nice and he's not bad to look at. And look at his daughter, bad to look at. So cute.
I would like the fact that Cap could have a younger sister. It would be great,
right? And he treats you guys so well, and he got you the whole bus. And like, I totally get Cap's hesitation because, like, we already know, like, that dude's family, not necessarily safe.
Nope.
Not necessarily out of trouble ever. But at the same time, like, oh, your mom has just been dedicated to you her whole life. Like, let her get some.
No, I mean, no, she deserves it. Like, let's be honest. Like, I wouldn't be upset if they did get together. I'd be like, hey, get you, mama. Like, come on now. But, sorry, I'm also reading the chat. And I'm like,
Jalen 530 agrees with you. Is like, yep, ship it.
Yeah, but also the fact that they're talking about cluster, so I was like,
orgy scenes, yay!
We'll get there, guys. We haven't gotten there yet. I know we were talking about birthdays, but holy crap, hold on. We haven't got it. So that was pretty much the end because we get a cute moment between Cap and his mom watching A Christmas Story.
Yes. No. Oh God! Every time a bell rings, an angel gets her wings. Woo!
It's a Wonderful Life?
That's what they were watching. That's
so
the bell
funny.
ringing.
Okay, I was like, I've never seen that movie, and I actually knew what it was. Yeah, but anyway, yes, I love that he thinks it's. I love that his mom thinks it's cheesy, but he's like, no, it's nice. I mean, I agree that it's one of those holiday films that you can watch, and you're just like, no.
Oh, definitely.
So I like that they have like a more secluded Christmas where they can just sit and be a family.
When we get back to that like TV moment from season 1 when they're he explains like why a TV is important if you're impoverished. It takes you out of that world and you get to see like the world he wants to live in, and he would just do so well in his like 50s ideal kind of world.
My God, yeah. It's just so like, oh, sweet summer child, you're so cute. Exactly. But yeah, thank you. They're now, the something cast, hey buddy, is putting it in there. So, But yes, so now that was how his story ended, which I can't wait to see what happens when the season actually starts in May. But we go to Kala, who's... Everybody knows if you've been with me since season 1, Kala is not my least favorite character. She's my least interesting story right now, because there's so much going on in the rest of the senseis. I feel like she's been just stuck on the back burner. I want more for her.
That's why I like Kala is the one who, like, the thinker of the group.
No. I agree. And she's also kind of like the heart to a point.
Yes.
You know, so I agree with her and I like her, but the thing is they don't give her enough. So I kind of put her in the back.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like she's not important, because I need her in my life. I mean, come on, she made a bomb. Like,
she did.
Can we talk about that? Like, holy crap. But I feel bad that literally it was just her talking about her marriage. But this episode changed my perspective on her, because I loved her scene when she was talking about, so obviously we meet up with them if you haven't caught up, or if you just watched the Christmas special. She got married. I'm upset about that.
She walked up out of that boat and put her hand down with the ring. I was like, no!
I was so upset.
No one wanted this for you.
No,
you don't even want this for you.
It's so sad, because I was just like, no, how dare you get married and be happy.
But she's not happy. We'll get into it.
Yeah, so the fact that she is married and they're in beautiful Italy, mind you. Also, I didn't know how curvy she was, because she's very modest. So I was like, oh damn, girl. That's also why she's my favorite now, because I'm like, girl, that cleave. Girl, that cleave.
And see, I was all about the thighs. I was like, damn, girl.
No, like, for real.
She's all of it.
No, like, seriously. And like, I was like, birthing hips. What's happening, girl?
Oh,
but yes, I'm upset that she married Rajan after all that fuss we had in season 1. But whatever, it's fine for now. And I mean, I also giggled to what happened to Rajan season. We'll get there. I still laughed my head off.
Oh, no.
But like, anyway, so the fact that she showed up after a really cool swimming pool ocean scene that we had, that was really awesome. They're honeymooning in Italy. I can't remember what
Something
city.
that starts with a P. They said it, and I was like, I'm not gonna remember.
I'm not gonna remember that. It's too many things for me to remember, guys.
It's
if you
Italy,
remember,
guys. We got close enough.
just throw it in the chat. Just throw everything I forget in the chat, because it's gonna happen. You know. For anyone who's new, welcome to me. I have a hard time remembering everything in the show. But yeah, so the fact that they're honeymooning and she's having a good time. She was shopping quite a bit. I was like, girl.
Well, I thought it was interesting, because they explore a lot of addictions throughout.
And hers is shopping.
Very subtly, they showed her shopping addiction, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, because every single one of them has an addiction, and I love that we got to see that. Except for, does Cap have an addiction? I guess it's the bus?
Or the love he needs to give to people. Like, he puts everybody before himself.
He does. Okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I was like, that's what I was, thank you. I was trying to remember that, and I couldn't remember for the life of me what it was. And the fact that her and Rajan are having a good time, but you can still tell there's hesitation, even though she keeps convincing herself
It's
that
like
there
a
isn't.
marriage of convenience. They were like friends, and they were like,
I mean, like, it was a typical kind of, not old-fashioned wedding in India, but like, that's kind of what they do. It's, you know, it's a arranged marriage. There you go. But she's trying, and so is Rajan. Even though, I'm sorry, that boy would have been on the floor if he told me that he talked to my mother about my virginity.
Okay, men, listen up.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Listen up.
I'm gonna back up.
What you don't do.
Back up.
What you don't do is talk to a woman, like, your woman's mother about her sex life. Ever.
No.
Period.
No.
It's weird. First of all, Rajan, wasn't that a weird conversation for you, bro? Like, mother-in-law, I haven't put my dick in your daughter yet, and this is just really strange for me, and I don't know why she won't let me.
I mean, hold on.
Talk to her.
I'm gonna interrupt you for a second. The cultures are different. A lot of families in India are very close, especially when they get married, so they kind of are very open. But it doesn't matter. You should respect the wishes of your significant other, aka wife, and not talk to her mother about the fact that she might not be a virgin, or she is. Who gives a shit? Again, my favorite line in the entire show, because as two women, one of color, of the fact that our sexualities are lesbian, bisexual, whatever you want to call it, I have it here in front of me. What did I do with it? Who gives a fuck who I fuck? It's the 21st century, people. Get over it. That is exactly what it is. But again, it works for people who are just women, or men, or...
How great was it that Lito was the one who came and got to be, like, angry for her? Because Kala doesn't get mad, like, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, she'll get close.
Yeah.
Like, again, like she did when she was upset that Wolfie was, you know, like, going into a suicide mission. She's like, I'm not ready to lose you yet, which I'm still upset about, because clearly you're fine with it.
It's not. she's not fine. She's confused. Kala does what she thinks is right. Yeah. And nothing else. And nothing about her, like, no feel, like, it's just, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do, so that's what I'm going to do, because I'm a good person.
Oof, everything in my power not to throw my remote at my TV and my computer screen. But yeah, so pretty much I love how, like, she's like, because you and I both host Archer, I was like, dude, inappropriate. like, real inappropriate, buddy.
you did it wrong. But
Yeah.
Lito came and got to blow up at him.
Oh, it
and
was
I was
great.
like, and then that whole, like, I mean, we're going to get to Lito, but the whole flashing back and forth with the name changing
That is
and everything.
also one of my favorite scenes. Like, the holiday scenes were
God.
awesome, but I think because of the fact of how you and I stand on things, it's just the fact of just, I love that we got to see what everybody's, I don't even know the word for it, but like everybody's like vice kind of. The fact that we got to see, obviously, as people of color, we got to see for Cap, we got to see how Will felt as a cop, and, you know, so on and so forth. So it was very interesting. I forgot that Wolfie is German, right?
Russian.
No, well, because it said Nazi on there for him. So I thought he was German. That's why
he's Russian because they're at the wall. They're at the he's in Berlin.
Yeah, so that's why I was confused.
No, you're right, Germany. Why am I'm wrong. I'm sorry. You're right. He's German.
No, that's what I'm saying, because I thought he was Russian.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, what? So I apologize if I ever said that at any point in time, because I forgot about it. But yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I thought he was Russian.
He's
also,
a beautiful
I think,
German boy.
I think it's also just because of the fact that he, like, drinks vodka like it's
and
water.
And I feel like I have a very, like, horrible stereotype of Russians in my head. And it's like the nightclubs and all this stuff and it
was
just
a very
feels Russian to me.
European nightclub. He drinks only vodka. I'm sorry. It's gonna happen. But I like that it reminded me of, like, oh yeah, you are. Oh, that sucks. But like, I love that Riley was like a slut, and then like, yeah, it was cool to see that, and I like that for Nomi didn't really change for her because she's in the same boat. So I loved that. I thought it was so cool how they did that, even though my eyes were just like, I don't know what's happening.
I loved it.
But it was great. But Kala stood her ground. I was very proud of her, and I was like, okay, all right, girl. You winning points for me now. I'm real proud of you. But I was also proud of her because on her birthday, which we'll be talking about birthdays next, it was time for her to be like, hey, I'm going to get it. But I love that she had to talk to Sun about that.
Oh, okay. So many
Go
things.
for it. Go for it.
First of all, if you can get a pre-sex prep talk, get it from Sun. Like, what? Wow. What great things to say. Sun's virginity loss story is my favorite virginity loss story maybe ever put to film now.
Guys, if you're not a martial artist and you haven't seen what grappling looks like as a martial artist, not as a spectator, but as a martial artist, it's raw. Like, that's just what it is. Like, it's because you're sitting there, especially as a female, because that's why I relate to Sun a lot, because I had to fight males as I grew up, and it's just you and this other person, and you're not fighting to the death, but you have a drive for something. Yeah. Sometimes that drive ends up leading into something else. Yeah, it's electrifying. So if you ever take a class...
Tell us your stories, Alexis.
No. We don't have time. We have a 2-hour show to fit into an hour. Hold on. Okay. Continue.
Yes. So this whole idea of energy exchange and this idea of, like, just trusting yourself to know when the moment is right and not feeling pressured, and it's your decision. And it's not something to be feared. It's something to be honored and enjoyed. I was like, God damn, that is a good prep.
Because the fact that I'm tired of people saying that it's only supposed to be between people who are married. It's only supposed to be something that's supposed to be cherished between a man and a woman. It's like, it doesn't matter. Sex is supposed to be something that you're supposed to cherish because we all came from it. Period. Doesn't matter from any walk of life. It happened. Your parents had sex. I know you don't want to think about it. They did. And you are a result of such. But it doesn't matter because even if you don't want to have children or whatever, it's just supposed to, or if you don't want a relationship, you're just doing it to have fun. It doesn't matter. Sex is supposed to be enjoyed, not feared. And I loved that whole phrase. And I was like, I'm just gonna take a pen and then put it for later.
All my little cousins will now be getting this speech and done.
Yep, and I'll be like, a condom for you, a condom for you.
A Gucci condom for you.
Oh my God, I cannot get over the fact that he had designer condoms, which
he was so
I've had to sell those before, and they think it's really cool, and I'm like, no, it's just the wrapper, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, because I worked at an adult store.
No, I just find it funny that people get excited about, like...
It's just like when people, I'm like, they're shoes. They just have a different wrapping on the shoe. Shut up. I would rather pay for
Gucci is not making a better condom than Trojan.
No, they're all the same. Same thing with the bags. But we're not gonna get into that. But So Kala was like, she was freaking out, but for a second there, I thought her and Sun were gonna have a little.
I thought Sun was gonna get it with a lot of people this episode. Like when she was kind of running up on Nomi.
I love because she can't dance with Amanita, so I guess Sun also has been stuck in prison. Like poor girl, needs a little bit of fun. So that's why when she was like, "That's a nice necklace," I was like, "Was it happening? Is this gonna happen?" I just want everybody to have love. That's all I want. And they had the talk, and I love that they did that, and the fact that she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it." And she looked cute in that little red lingerie, wedding lingerie. She was super cute, or honeymoon lingerie. And, well, we had a little bit of an unwelcome visitor.
It's just, Wolfgang is, like, my favorite.
He's my favorite also.
No, I mean, Amanita is actually my favorite because it's Amanita and I want to beat her when I grow up.
But the male character, Wolfie, is definitely my favorite.
Wolfie is so amazing. Like, he's just so angry, which I always find adorable when guys are just like, I'm just angry all the time. I'm like, aw, look at you. Calm down.
So cute.
And then to see him take such joy in pissing her off, it really brought me a lot of joy to my heart, especially when he starts spanking his partner, and I was like, Wolfie, get it. You don't care anymore.
He was just like,
well, she made a decision, and I don't want him to pine forever. Like, I want them to get together eventually, but I like that this show doesn't allow for people to wallow in their pain.
No, like this
you gotta just embrace it and move forward. And so I'm glad he was like, you got married. This is what I
can do whatever I want. Look at it. Look at it. But like, yeah, and that's what I loved about the fact that Wolfgang was just pretty much like on his birthday, because even though he was also spending it alone, he took off his shirt, danced his little heart out, and then found a girl and was like, it's my birthday. I'm getting me some birthday sex.
Lucky me.
And
she was right.
Oh, yeah. I was like, whatever. But sadly enough, because of the hot distraction next to her, she moved. I don't know exactly how it happened. But
the way I saw it was she was trying to get up and he was trying to follow her, like, where are you going, boo? Like, it's fine, don't be afraid, we're very close to actually doing it, like, stay.
Yeah, it was weird, like, because obviously his boxers were still on and she wasn't actually doing anything, but it was hard because I was trying to concentrate on too many things, so I was like, did she move?
I think he fell off the bed and, like, landed on his dick. Like,
okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, how did that happen?
Effed him up.
So he had a phantom fracture. This is actually not like super rare. It's pretty common if you're not paying attention, if you're a boy and you're being stupid. And it doesn't do long-term damage, but at this time, obviously you're gonna be feeling pain for a little bit. Just like the doctor said, who was super rude, but he was also super Italian.
No, the Italian doctor was amazing.
I loved it. I thought it was, but obviously coming from their perspective, they were just like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? But at the same time, I was like, he's a very Italian doctor.
He's just gonna be frank with you.
No, straight up, he's like, this is what's happening. You're going to be feeling pain, erectile dysfunction for a little bit. I will give you something to help with that, and that's about it.
You'll be fine.
Goodbye.
See you later. Enjoy the rest of your honeymoon.
I know. I just felt like he was like, oh. He found out, and I was like,
sex honeymoons. Goodbye.
And so, but yeah, apparently they're fine, but she does come back again after shopping once again, and finds out that he's packed up their bags. They're about to leave. And she's like, what the hell's going on? And I liked that he used the siren story.
Yes.
I thought that was very interesting because I've always wondered about that. Because I'm like, that's great that we get to find out that these sirens are just pulling pirates into the sea. But we don't really know anything about them. Like, maybe they're doing it for a reason, or maybe they're forced. I don't know. And I like that he used that as the fact that he's like, I want to know your story, and if you feel like you're not getting that from me, we don't need to.
And again, because I feel like a lot of times in media, like, brown men are either completely sexless or they're very thuggish.
Yeah, you get one or the other.
It's two, and with him, like, he's always just been the very kind guy who's like, I'll do whatever. Like,
he's a nice guy.
And it's great because he loves her, and it's sweet and it's authentic. But then to see that he had a backbone, and he was like, look, I'm not stupid. Like, either you do or you don't, and it's fine with me either way.
I just need to know.
Yeah, and then to be like that vulnerable and open, we rarely see that from a man. I was like, yes.
But I was mad because Kala was like, no, everything's fine. And I'm like, are you though? Are you actually sure?
She doesn't want to upset anyone. I just identify so much with Kala.
No, but it makes sense. Like, I'm the same way where I'm like, please love me. But like, also don't be mad at me ever. And my fiance has to go through that all the time, and he's like, no, just shh, everything's fine, you're okay. But I think that this is, I don't want her to be playing pretend. I think she needs to either wake up and figure out like this is not the lifestyle that you want, or you need to just suck it up.
Every time he talks about the future, she looks so distraught.
Or anytime like he shows up, you know, in the same moment, like when they're going to go buy their new house and they're standing by the pool, every single time she just looks ashamed and has to look away. And I'm like, you need to figure it out. If you've truly moved on, you shouldn't feel guilty. He should understand that you have fallen in love with somebody, and he will find somebody too, and that you guys will just get the fuck over it.
I mean, somebody else will definitely move into that house. Me? Oh my God, she has so much money now. Oh,
it's
Jesus.
so stupid how much money she has.
Insane amount of money in that necklace for her birthday, and then that party he threw her. I know you don't love him, girl, but I get why you're saying.
Hey man, it is tough times. It is a thing. It's fine. Speaking of, well, not really tough times. It's always been kind of awesome. The birthday scene for everybody, which we can get into the fact of just how cool it was, of just seeing how everybody celebrates their birthday in different countries.
Yes.
That was awesome. I love seeing Cap's family where they were dancing and doing actual dances. I love that, you know, we weren't in India, but the fact that they were in Italy on the beach, having a dance party for her birthday, just insane. And I love that Will and Riley's was very intimate. They were just the two of them in a house.
Him in the tub, which is just the sweetest thing.
Oh my God, I was so mad when he was like, ow, and she's like, oh my God, and he's like, I'm just kidding. I was like, you son of a... Again, I loved that Wolfgang was just like, I'm here to party, and nobody's here, my friend's in a coma, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna take off my shirt and I'm gonna dance. I love... What?
Sorry, the chat... Do you guys think Rajan is going to be the villain in season 2? Is that what we're asking?
I thought it was. Or I thought he was going to be the villain. Yeah. I thought that the company that he was working for is just going to fudge up everything.
Wow.
Because I thought that's because of the drugs and everything that they were like. I can't remember everything. We talked about it. If you want to look back at the stuff that we talked about in season 1, we definitely talked about the company, the drug, because they work in a drug company. So I thought they were making the stuff to put Judas.
Oh, the pill. And that might explain the pills Whisper is taking.
Yep. I thought that's the medicine that they're taking. He's the head of it.
Man, that'd be interesting because I feel like Rajan would never, even if Khaled came out and was like, look, I don't love you and I gotta go be with this hot German guy, I feel like he would still wouldn't do anything to hurt her. It's hard for me to see him go villain, like go rogue.
No. I think that he would just continue what he was doing, even though Kala's like, you shouldn't be doing this, and he's like, why does it matter? You left me anyway, but not like in a way that it's like,
I'm hurt and now I just don't care.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care. I'm doing me now because clearly you can't choose what you want to do, so I'm choosing to do this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's why I always thought that Rajan was going to be in one of the baddies, but not like an actual villain. He's just part of the team. Wow. And then he would die and he'd be expendable and Kala would be sad.
I like Rajan. I don't like him for Kala, but I like Rajan.
No, I like Rajan as a person. I'm just saying he's expendable.
Okay, that's fair.
Just saying. Just you and I know. We watch too much TV. We're like, yeah, in order for Wolfie and her to move on with their lives, he has to die.
This is true.
But yeah, the birthday celebration was great. I love that Lito got to go dancing. You got to see some hot salsa dancing. It was great.
Good.
Which we'll get into way later into the actual Christmas part of the episode. And Sun... and also Nomi got birthday sex, clearly, because that's what they did. They went
outside under a tree.
Yeah, I mean, San Francisco has a lot of little spots that are very secluded. So you could find a spot that nobody would come by, and you can totally just
get
have
your
sex
nick on.
It happens. It's a thing. Unless you go to Love Fest, then there's just sex anyway. So there's that too.
That just sounds dirty.
It's a lot. It's pretty much a hippie fest in front of City Hall.
Okay, wow.
So lots of weed, lots of naked people. It's very interesting.
Yeah, San Francisco, no shame.
College. But I love that Sun was not completely out of it. Like she had her own stuff as she wanted to do. Yeah. I love that they were doing Tai Chi, and then all of a sudden the music started to get in the way, and they're just like, And I was like, yeah. If you iTunes listeners, if you didn't know what I was doing a shoulder bump. Also, thank you iTunes listeners for being there. And so. Yeah, and the fact that her cellmates came by and they gave her a gift, the drawing of her and her dog, I was like, I'm gonna cry. And it was just really sweet. And I love that she feels like she has a family, even in this prison, in this terrible situation, which now we can actually talk about Sun, because this poor woman is going through some shit.
Sun gets 0 breaks. Like, no breaks for Sun at all.
But I'm proud of her because I was thinking about the fact that she's not eating, and I was like, why isn't she eating? I'm like, oh, duh, they could be poisoning her. And she's like, I'm not taking that risk. I will just figure it out. And so she probably eats little by little, but probably not everything, or I don't know what she does to get her through the days in solitary confinement, because dear God, she's been in there a lot. The fact that she's like working out and like kicking walls, and they're like 2 more weeks, and she's
just like foot back on the wall.
Yeah,
give it to me. I don't care.
I don't care. And I'm clearly, you know, I mean, it sucks because I feel like her cellmates miss her, but she's like, I'm mad
and I want to be here.
Especially what she did to her brother, like, woof. And
she should have gone harder.
I really wanted him to die. I was like,
prepared.
I didn't feel the need that he needed to live, but at the same time, she has a drive.
But Joon Ki is such a great villain. Like, he's
great.
Like just little rat-faced little brother where you're just like, that man deserves a punch in the face.
No, and he did several times, and it was great. The thing that's not great, though, is that she did have a new attorney who actually believed in everything that she wanted to do, Mr. Lee. And sadly enough...
fine as hell, too.
Yup. And unfortunately, he retired early. So I couldn't tell if that means he was dead or they ran him out of town.
I got the sense that he was murdered.
Oh, yeah, me too.
That was definitely where
I was going to hope that fine man did not die. So, but we'll never know. But then she gets another visit from some... I love how, like, immediately when I saw there was a group of people in there, I was like, no. This
Murder
is gonna
lawyers.
Be...
Murder lawyers. I was like, oh, no.
I love this was
like, one with the slicked back hair reminds me too much of Draco Malfoy. This is not going to end well.
No, I was just like, oh, boy, this is a gangster kind of thing. It's happening, and whatever, they're going to die. Who gives? And I love how immediately all of them were like, these guys aren't lawyers, and the camera just turned off. These guys are villains. They're killers. This is bad.
Guards,
this is really bad.
Guards! Coffee break. Oh God. Oh,
yeah.
This is not good.
No, in my brain when Riley was like yelling for help, I was like, you actually think that they're gonna? No, they don't care about this
Riley,
one person. I was like, oh, sweet summer child. And so. Yeah, but again, I loved how everybody banded together, helped her out. Especially, it was mostly Wolfgang that was helping her out on this one. And just, I'm glad that we got to see all of them go, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. And it really showed, like, she's like, I do have people, not on my back,
Yeah, Candace Boyd just says, I love when Will popped up and said they aren't lawyers, and then Nomi comes in, and then the cameras just went off, and everyone else popped up. True family moment.
No, it did.
And I agree. It was a couple of things. One, why would you give her a paper clip? Like, I'm just like, this is number one.
Yeah. Well, they didn't think that through.
No, Joon-ki was trying to send her a message before he killed her, which, if you're going to kill someone, just kill them. Don't waste your time explaining why you're going to kill them or give them anything.
Every single time that there's anything has to do with TV, they're like, okay, I'm going to show you all this stuff, or hold on, let's pause while you sit there in handcuffs and figure out how to escape. Well, I give you my monologue of why I am hurting you. And I'm like...
I love when Lito comes in just to lie, though. That's my favorite thing. Is he's like, oh, I'm just a great liar.
No, but I love that he noticed that they are the worst liars.
Yes.
He was like, yeah, this is the worst lying I've ever seen. And I was like, I actually did believe him for a second. But, like, clearly you can tell that, like, lawyers don't come in packs. That's not how that works. So
or give threatening side eye.
I know. And I love how I was like, oh, she was crazy. She jumped over the table. And I'm like, why do we need that exposition? We can clearly tell what you're trying to do. Let's just move. Man. Let's move on. But it doesn't matter. She kicked everyone's butt. They all died. They put them in the hospital. Like
she broke dude's neck with a chain, though. That was everything to me.
That was intense, and I loved it.
Good job, makeup people. That neck looked broken.
It did look broken. I was like, I don't know how they did that, but it looked great.
They did good.
So that's pretty much where we ended the fact, besides the fact of Sun coming in for the very last time, where she wanted to know what her brother was talking about. Which I love that she was so angry the last time they showed her something on the computer and she broke it.
Yeah, so she just smashed her hand in the food.
Please, this is a new
laptop and I'm on the run and I can't really buy things.
But that's again why you and I love Amanita so much, because she just knows everybody. Yeah. So she was just like, oh, you watch? She's like, oh, it's starting, and Amanita's like, oh, is she gonna break your computer again? And then all Nomi had to do was look over, and then she was like, oh,
jeez, she's aggressive.
Oh, sorry.
And then we do get one more moment with Sun, where at the end, where she's released from solitary finally. Thank goodness.
I forgot about that part.
She reunites with the Cell family, and they all love her.
I know, and I love that they're like, cellmates. Welcome home, and it's just ugly crying from over here. It was great.
It was beautiful.
But speaking of more ugly crying, because Joelle and I can relate to this story, is Lito.
Lito had me in so many tears. Like, my roommate came out because I was watching it this morning, and my roommate's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, they're doing a coming out story, and it's just too much for me. I can't. Oh my God. First of all, oh crap. Lito's boyfriend.
Miguel?
No. It starts with an H.
Hernando?
I think so.
Hernandez?
Yes, Hernando.
Ah!
Hernando.
I did it.
Played by Alfonso Herrera, who is just
so fine.
so pretty. They both have great, like, just amazing asses. Like,
and also, yeah, I think that they have to do squats to do it because they have to be in their underwear
right
all the time.
On camera, just give me like,
and like
30
a few
sets real
push-ups,
quick.
and then here we
all
go.
Right, we're good. No, but him when the photos were released.
Well, he was teaching
in art class.
Oh my god, that
live reading of the student though, I wanted to slap that kid, but then I was like, get it, Hernando. Like, just lean all the way into that kid and just be like, you are the one with the problem. You're not going to shame me for having sex with the person I love. You're just not going to do it today, kid. I'm going to embarrass you in front of this whole class. And he does it so successfully. And then for Lito to come in and be like, it was all worth it just to hear you describe it. And I was like, I'm a whole puddle of a person. Like, it's just the most beautiful. They love each other so much.
No, and that's the one thing that I think I love the most about this show. It's like, it doesn't matter, again, what walk of life that you're doing, whether you're loving a man, woman, it doesn't matter, or a group of people. You need to do this for you. Don't do it for others. I mean, obviously, if you're in a relationship, you become one. Like, that's how that works. But even if you're not in a relationship, you have friends or family that you need to just be a part of. And that's what I love about it. But yeah, I love that. Technically, it was after the museum scene with Nomi and him who she is very proud of her life so far, and the fact that she came out and is part of, and Amanita's in there and everything. So I love that Lito was like, I want that, and decided to pretty much put his career in the coffin and 6 feet under.
So much more. The apartment kick-out scene was...
We'll get there. So clearly, like we talked about earlier, as soon as Lito leaked the photos, it was just pandemonium for there. We already talked about the scene in the car with the paparazzi and everything, which was insane. And I loved that Daniela was like, no, fuck these guys. You can come live with me. Which I'm really glad that she stepped up, because I'm like, girl, you can't just be hanging out, mooching off these rich people and getting your groove on. That is not how this works.
She's
you
not
need
like
to put in work.
Porn material. She's not like IRL porn. For the
No,
rest of her life.
it's ridiculous. And I'm like, that's great. Good for you. But like, still, put in your own work, damn it. My God, do something. So I'm really proud of her that she stepped up and was like, hey, come live in my house. I'm like, girl, how many times are you at this people's house? Go home. Jesus. Anyway, so they're staying in her home. They're having a cute little robes and nail party and margaritas. And it was super cute. And I love that he... again, with Amanita, the fact that she's just like, uh-oh, is Lito there? Is he being a drama queen? And he's like, I don't understand why when I'm scared I go to you. And I was like, it's perfectly reasonable. She understands what you're going through, you dummy. And
I feel like he doesn't need someone he's not a fighter.
No.
Like, the others are all like fighters,
said that before.
or too peaceful in their nature. Whereas I feel like Nomi can fight without having to get physical about her fight. Like, she's got such a strong, like, warrior spirit within her. And of course you go to her. She's just gonna comfort you and take care of you. Tell me.
And then pretty much, so they get through it, and obviously their apartment gets, they get locked out, which that scene was awesome that Wolfie got to help out with that. All their stuff gets taken because Mexico, I don't know. And because I was like, in my brain, I'm going, I feel like that's not correct, but again, different states.
Mexico they just banned, it's not constitutional to ban gay marriage. I don't believe gay marriage is legal yet. They've been having a lot of protests on both sides. So it's a very heated space.
Yeah. So pretty much they were just like, it doesn't matter. And then obviously Christmas is coming up soon. And of course, Lito is a celebrity. So he pretty much told everybody in his team to be like, I'm done. I'm fine with this. This is what I've chosen to do. Obviously on Twitter, which is normal, that as soon as you do something that people don't agree with, you get all the hate.
Watching my life or my career. Oh man,
crumble in front of me, or in real time.
Yeah.
And I love how Hernando was like, let's just
none of that.
Let's just put that.
You're gonna be all right, boo.
But I love that he was mostly scared about his mom. Shows up for Christmas, nobody's there except for mom, and I was scared because it seemed like the way that it was going that she was gonna be like.
We know where Lito gets his drama from now.
Oh my God, yeah, she was doing that whole
heel walk in, pouring champagne, a toast to nobody that was there. I was like, this woman gets it. She's put on a whole performance for you, but she's proud of her baby penguin.
So that's I wasn't expecting that. I died. I was like, oh my God, I am a hot steaming pile of mess right now because, oh my God, it was adorable.
Yeah, Cameron Boyd says Lito's mom's speech gave me so many feels. She said, hey, you're my son. In fact, that you stood up for who you are and love and believe. I couldn't be any more prouder of you than I am today. And yeah, that was when I broke. My whole I was done.
Like, I've never heard that from my parents, and it's rough.
And see, it was almost the identical speech my mother gave me. And
I was
I was done. Like, Mommy!
Yeah, oh my God. Oh, I love that. And so yeah, but I love that she was just like, also, you are a really good dancer, and I knew that you can't be straight if you can dance that well. And I was like, get it, mama. And then we can go into Christmas, because that's pretty much where that was going. We're going to speed through this, because we're running out of time.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. So Christmas was awesome. We pretty much had everybody just hanging out, and we got to see everyone's different Christmases. Like I said, we had Cap with his mom, and we had, apparently Amanita loves Christmas, which is awesome, because Christmas is my favorite holiday, and she goes all out. So good for her.
Does.
She was super cute. I love that they invited their friend, which I never remember his name, but he's
Bug.
like, there you
Bug
go.
is one of my favorite people on the show because he's such a character.
He is.
And never see anybody else like that.
Oh my God, his boathouse is ridiculous. I love it so much.
So
It's so
trashy.
disgusting. Oh my God, it was so disgusting. But I was like, I've been to people's boathouses where it looks like that, so I was like, I get it. And the fact that he just was like, I'm just gonna stick to the virtual boat because that's what he knows best. Yeah. And they're like, what are you doing? You coming with us? And he's like, really? And I was like, oh my God, you're like 5 years old. Just go.
Doubling back a little briefly, though, that speech also hit me right in my feels, because if you've ever been a part of a virtual community, which most of our generation has at one point or another, I was like, oh, my fam! Like, the Black Girl Nerds, like, most of us haven't met in person, but we talk all the time on the internet, and,
that's just how
love
we are.
each other, and it's so much representation on this show.
It's great. I love that the fact that they included him, and he was so excited. Like, he lit up like an actual Christmas tree, and it was adorable, and I was so happy for him. But the one Christmas that did get a little tiny bit ruined was Will and Riley. So
Riley, why did you take him out of the house? Since we have to speed through. Riley earlier was like, I'm going to be more careful when the drug dealer came over. She's like, look, don't even worry about it. Like, I've got this on lock. Oh, but we have to go out because it's Christmas. Riley, no, y'all are in hiding from a guy called Mr. Whispers. Like, that's creepy. Stay inside.
I mean, I'm also upset with Nomi, before we move on from her, the fact that she's just like, I love that she's being her usual tech savvy. She has the earpiece, and she has stuff pinging from different parts of the country and things like that. That's great. But you going out to have sex in a park, not helping, because if he just decided to follow you, then what? You'd be actually down into your skivvies and just, that's it.
I feel like Nomi was a little better because at least she can bike away. Like, we've seen her do a bike getaway before, and I was
insane.
Like, okay, cool. But those guys, you guys have nothing to protect you. Like, he's strung out on heroin. Like, you can't fight for Jack.
It's too much, and I feel like Will and Riley, it's getting to the part, obviously with Will, we had the dad scene, which that tore me up. We don't need to go into that. We know what's happening because we got to wrap up in literally a couple seconds. And then I want to get to Wolfie because clearly he's going through a lot, but it's a little hard for me to understand what's going on because we have the 4 different kingdoms, and the fact that obviously he killed his uncle.
Yes.
And that kind of obviously blew up, and it's going to be a war if he doesn't come back to his hometown.
You left a kingdom unruled, so now there's a territorial dispute. They want you to come back and fill it. He has no desire to run anything.
It's Wolfgang. He doesn't give a shit.
Although it was getting hot when he was like, if I wanted it, I would have taken it already. And I was like,
who is this guy again? Before we wrap,
Vodka something.
Vodka something.
Hold on. Volcrum Bomb, who is aesthetically one of my favorite villains on this show ever. That giant cigar and the fur coat and the big glasses. I was like, this guy is evil, and I cannot wait to see more of him.
Right. And then pretty much he tried to make a truce. Like, he's like, I want to just rule this part of the kingdom together, and he's like, no, I don't want to. And so he's like, I'm just gonna butter you up. And I was like, Felix, I know that I'm happy you're out of your coma and everything's fine. Why are you doing this? Is how you got stuck in the first place, and this is how you got shot. Can we not do that? So whatever. They go to the New Year's party. They're having a great time. I don't remember. I thought that was the aunt's friend or assistant or whatever that old man was.
Yeah, he was the guy kind of running things in the stead, and so he definitely was going to have to go because there's no way.
And he died. He died terribly. Just shot up in the middle of the
Mafioso shoot, just hands flailing in the air.
And weird blood flying out. And then they made a run for it. I was really worried about Felix. I thought he was dead. He's fine.
They said that would not be a good plot at the beginning, so I was like, Felix makes it for at least 3 episodes.
And that's all I want. And then, of course, we get the end fight with Sun, Will, and Wolfie, and the fact that He pretty much ends the show with Happy fucking New Year.
It was amazing.
We didn't get to talk about a little bit. I know, like I said, we're wrapping up right now.
Hit us up. We'll talk more about Angelica
yes.
and Whispers pills in the chat because I have so many theories and things.
So definitely take that whole section because we missed the whole part of that. We want to talk about that in the comments or just tweet us. DM us if you want to talk about it like in full length. Just tell us. We'll follow you and we'll talk about it there. And we'll obviously talk about it when the season starts. May 17th, season 2. It is happening. Sorry, guys, because like I said, we had 2 hours we had to take 2 hours and squish it into like 45 minutes. I'm so sorry. But again, you can catch us anywhere. Where can they find you to talk more about Sense8?
I'm Joelle Monique. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Joelle Monique and every week at blackgirlnerds.com.
And you guys can find me all over social media at Torres890. Again, if you want to hit us up about Sense8 stuff, ABTV, Sense8. Just throw whatever you want in there.
YouTube, we're everywhere.
Literally anywhere. So just do that. Tell us, let us know. We love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the months until we get to May 17th. Keep a lookout, okay? Bye, guys!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Happy fucking New Year!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.